Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to today's unseen video. This is where we dig into social media, the news, the rumors, basically everything that's playing out away from the actual shows. We're going to start with this. Obviously, this is so big. We gave it its own video, but I wanted to still drop it in here in case people still hadn't heard. The trailer, the official trailer for the Mr. McMahon Netflix docuseries is now out. Just over 2 minutes. It's fascinating. We break it down if you want to watch that video from earlier today. But yeah, I'd say check this out because it really is interesting stuff. Then we've got this, Ratchet, thank you. Bit of passive aggression. Kofi wishing Xavier happy birthday, but doing it late. Xavier says thank you for the late birthday message. Now, that does kind of come across as passive aggressive. He could have just said thank you. He didn't need to mention it was late. But I don't know. Odyssey Jones is obviously out of the picture now. Are we still teasing a split? Or did he actually drop the ball and Xavier is actually upset? I don't know. But interesting. Still something worth keeping an eye on. Then we've got loads of Roman Reigns quotes and Paul Heyman quotes. These guys sat down with Bloomberg, power player, and they did a bit of an interview. This is Roman responding to John Cena calling him the GOAT, and he was basically being very kind about John, putting John over, but at the end is like, well, who am I to argue? So it's pretty fun stuff. There's loads of great quotes that come out of this as well, doing the rounds on social media. I think we've got another couple that we'll be taking a look at in this video. So Word of Wrestling, thank you. Here's a good one. So, yeah, he really bigs up Roman Reigns. Really bigs him up for this intro. It's excellent stuff. Word of Wrestling said, it's so good to see Paul Heyman announcing Roman Reigns again. I wonder if we can get away with playing this. I hope we can.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman. If I were to be asked to describe the credit for the enormous business boom in WWE, if you read this morning on John Wall Street, WWE's net profits have doubled since 2019. If you ask me why, I'll give you 3 answers. 1, the business leadership of our president, Nick Khan. 2, the creative leadership of our chief content officer, Paul Levesque. And number 3, the fact that we are blessed to have the single biggest box office attraction in sports entertainment history. And that can be documented by the fact that our top star has been, since 2019, this man, the tribal chief, Roman Reigns.
They then bring him out to some awful music. You think they'd have him come out to his theme, but he comes out to some awful Bloomberg generic music. But yeah, he puts over Nick Khan, he puts over Triple H, he puts over Roman Reigns. He actually talks about them later on as well. He says that the Mount Rushmore only needs 3 heads. And he's talking about those 3. About being like, you know, I guess the Mount Rushmore as to why WWE are in the position they're in now. So yeah, very good stuff. Right, punk rock musician Wesley Eisold filed a lawsuit against Cody and Fanatics, alleging trademark infringement, breach of contract, and interference with contractual relations. Right, Spartan, shout out to you. I gotta tell you, man, I've read this and I am with this guy. I think he's right. So basically, he already had a band called American Nightmare, and they had the rights to make t-shirts and merch that says American Nightmare. So if Cody wants to make merch that says American Nightmare, he's going to have to do a deal with this guy. And they did that deal back in, I think it was like 2018. And what was really interesting is part of the deal that they did was he got paid, I think it was like $30,000. And the deal was that Cody's image or some sort of like wrestling image had to be 75% bigger than the words American Nightmare. So, like, it needed to have, like, Cody's face or something like this. And that needed to be 75% bigger than the American Nightmare text. Because his point was, I don't want people buying your American Nightmare wrestling stuff thinking it's my band, right? So, obviously, if your face is there and that's the big focus point, then having American Nightmare, like, small somewhere on the shirt, I can live with that. But if the American Nightmare is the big focal point, then I've got a problem. So I do totally get where he's coming from. And he's given some examples. There's one that's like just Pharaoh, which isn't really wrestling related. You could probably argue, well, it's Cody's dog and all this kind of stuff. But I don't know. You can't really look at it and go, if you're not a super Cody fan that knows what his dog looks like, I could understand that not being really wrestling related. And so then the American Nightmare bit is underneath and that is quite prominent. So I'm actually with this guy. I actually think he's got a case. I actually think, like, I get his point. He's not, I don't sense that he's trying to just cause trouble. I don't sense that he's trying to just get money. I feel like he's trying to actually protect his band that were called American Nightmare, and he just doesn't want the merch getting confused. And honestly, I mean, you think about how much merch Cody sells. He's been paid $30,000. I think even now he's asking for like $300,000. I mean, he's not asking for 20 million or anything crazy. He's asking for like 300,000, which is still a lot of money. Of course it is, but all things considered, like, I don't know that it's unreasonable. So, yeah, I think there's more to this than what you might first think. At first, you might be like, oh, it's just some dude trying to, rinse Cody, just trying to get a payday. I think there's a bit more to it than that, actually. I think the dude's got a case. So, very interesting. I'm wondering if it gets settled. I'm wondering if they just go up, offer him, I don't know, 200,000 and that's it. Let's not go to court here, have this instead. I don't know, be interesting. Yeah, I agree, it'll be interesting. Right, yeah, look at this. Stan Him Boomer Sooner said, how about we just go Cody Rhodes, the American Bad Dream? If he can't be the American Nightmare anymore, let's just go American Bad Dream. Yeah, works for me. Right, here we go. So, big announcements that Bret The Hitman Hart is going to be at Raw. Raw is going to be in Canada. Season premiere. We're going to be in the Saddle Dome in Calgary. Bret Hart is going to be there. I can't remember the last time we saw Bret Hart on WWE TV. It has been way too long. Way too long. Like, I'm guessing it was probably Clash at the Castle. If we go back to like 2022, because he was there for the Sheamus match, wasn't he? Sheamus and Gunther. I remember him being in attendance for that. So it might be that. I don't know if we've seen him after. But look, here's Triple H. He says, when in Hart Country, Bret Hart will join us for the Raw Massive season premiere this Monday, live from Calgary. You definitely won't want to miss this. It's going to be good, man. It's going to be so good. Bloomberg Live, I will say Mount Rushmore only needs 3 heads, and the third is Roman Reigns. So, wise man Paul Heyman describing the #1 box office attraction, the WrestleMania main eventer. So, this good. All these clips are so good. Right, Bayley's first match since SummerSlam is going to take place on SmackDown. She is going to be taking on Tiffany Stratton. Let's just have a quick listen to Nick.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's your SmackDown General Manager, Nick Aldis. If you were watching last week from beautiful Berlin, you witnessed the return of Bayley. And I'm sure that many of you out there in the WWE universe will agree with me when I say that it is excellent to have her back. She seemed to take issue with the behavior of one Miss Tiffany Stratton. And while I like to stay impartial and objective in these issues most of the time, I have to say, on this occasion, I agree with Bayley. So much so, in fact, that I've decided, Miss Stratton, that it's Tiffy time, that you put your Tiffy talents to the Tiffy test. That's why this week, this Friday, live only on SmackDown, Tiffany Stratton will go one-on-one with Bayley.
Right, I gotta tell you, man, it's kicking off. So here, Rhea Ripley says the funniest thing about the discourse that's going on at the moment is that certain people can't comprehend what hard work and dedication is. So they narrow it down to the obscene trash that I've just saw, instead of making up delusional stories to make yourself feel better about your actions and lack of self-worth. How about you attempt to put some effort into your sad-ass lives? Oh, tell me how you really feel. She is going off, man. About your sad-ass lives. Enjoy your life, make good decisions, and touch some grass. Now, I didn't know what this was about, but here, look, this person's like, for those that need some context, seems like people are saying that Triple H is favouring Rhea and is like, she's being booked this way because, you know, she rides his D, right? So there we go. It's Liv fans basically that seem to be upsetting Rhea. I mean, I don't know that it's this, but this is, you know, what this person is claiming it is. So, yeah, there's a discourse doing the rounds about Rhea, and she's not took it very well at all. So it seems like she is very frustrated at the moment, very frustrated. This was interesting. So 155 to 227. This is Tom Colahue's stream. I don't know if it was from earlier today or when it was, but Spartan, thank you. So basically he says that they're not planning on using the Wyatt Sicks at Bad Bloods, and they're not planning on using them at a PLE anytime soon. They're still trying to work out this universe. They're still trying to flesh things out, and they're still working on creative. Like, there's not really much for them right now. I don't think that's a problem long term, though. I mean, I think we all know that they'll end up facing, you know, Judgment Day, or what's left of Judgment Day. Final Testament are right there as well, if we want them to go after those guys. Like, I think there's definitely people and feuds that we can set up for them. It's just, when is the right time, because those people are in other feuds. So we kind of find ourselves in a situation where we need those other feuds to end so that they're free to then start some up with the Wyatt Sicks. So yeah, this is a little bit messy. But basically they're saying that, you know, we're going to continue with American Made. Obviously we got that street fight on Monday. Not sure what comes after that though. So this is what Tom Colahue's saying. Might be a little frustrating for a little bit for people as we try and figure out, like, and clean up a clearer way forwards. Right, this is that dude, the guy that's suing, right? This is the Wesley guy. Apparently his solo project isn't his name. It's called Cold Cave. He said, listen, you effing dolts. I already own the name. It doesn't matter who you like. They licensed it from me. Then they violated that agreement. So, I gotta tell you, I reckon there's something to this. I don't think he's being unreasonable. You know, I mean, you could even look at this here and the size of this, you know. I mean, I don't think anyone's going to look at that and think his band's about to come out. But I don't know. I wonder if it's been properly communicated as to what you can and can't do with the American Nightmare text, you know. So I think there may have been some lines that have been crossed here. I'm thinking about, like, his weight belt as well, because his weight belt, I think, has got American Nightmare on and just a skull. But the American Nightmare is the big thing. It says American Nightmare, and then it's got, like, the skull. So I look at that, and I'm like, yeah, surely that is an issue as well. It's really interesting. I don't know what the way forward they're going to figure out is going to be. Batman the Xavier, thank you, my friends. Yeah, and then this happened on TNA tonight. So basically lights went out when they came on. Jordynne Grace was down. She had been attacked, and there was a pillow in the ring. That means, of course, Wendy, Choo looks like she might be the one that answers that open challenge. So, Wyatt Sicks. Oh, yeah. Forgot about this, you know. So, look at this. If you actually go onto the WWE website, and I don't think there's much to this, right? But it's interesting. This graphic is there, and it talks about the street fight, and there's no Nikki Cross. It does say 8-person mixed tag street fight, right? But there's no Nikki Cross in this. It's Howdy, and you know, it's all the guys, and then of course that's everyone in American Maids. But surely if Ivy's going to be in the match, and surely she is, because it's 8-person, and there's your 4 on that side. Then why is Nikki not on the other side? Why is she not on the graphic? Like, why has she been left off the graphic? I don't know. I don't have an answer to this. I don't know if it's just a botch or if we're meant to read something into it. I'm a bit confused by it. I went to the website to look myself because I did wonder is she down here or something, but she's not. She's not there. This graphic is there and she is not there. So I thought that was very interesting. So very well spotted, Dave. I thought that was interesting. Right, here's Cora Jade. She has drawn a picture, and do you think she knows? Do you think do you think she knows that it sucks? I mean, no offense, but if you look at the phone and then compare it to what's been drawn, I genuinely thought like a 4-year-old had handed her that. I thought she was showing me a picture of what her baby sister had drawn, and then I read that it was her that had actually drawn that. So it's a good job she's a wrestler, because I don't think she's got much of a future in art, to be honest. Then we've got this. Look, so the Hawk Tuah girl has got a new podcast that's going to be called Talk Tuah, right? And so Talk Tuah is obviously very close to LA Knight's intellectual property. Let me talk to you, yeah, you know? So he's posted him saying that, and there's a little thinking emoji. It is very close. Let me talk to you. Talk to you. Podcast. So, yeah, it's good. It's fun. I like this as well. Dante Chen said, how was my match on main event? Which one? Right? And so he's just showing he's had some banger matches on main event. Lots of fun. Right? And I do like this. Chen now forever. It's very good. I included it because I thought Stevie Turner had come up with it, but actually Dante Chen has got it here. Look, Chen now forever together. It's such a good catchphrase. It's really good. His name's Dante Chen. You see what he's done. Right. Look at this. Ref Daff has said, did you guys know building a PC is hard? Well, it is. The first Sims karaoke party Twitch stream is going to be so hard, though. I was not alone in looking at that going, that performance center that they're building, the PC, the new performance center. There's been rumors of something happening in Las Vegas, potentially moving from Florida. Like, did you guys know building a PC is hard? Well, it is. I was like, wow. And then after she go, I clearly forgot who my followers are. Turns out she's talking about a computer, a PC, a personal computer. But all the responses are like, are you talking about the new performance center? And I was like that as well. That was my first thought. Oh, this is amazing. Look at this. So this is Karrion, look. He's got the fish, and here comes another fish. Look, he slowed it down so you know it's going to be epic. Ah, his hand. Look at that. Flipping hands. Look. Oh. This is Scarlett. Look at it. Oh. God, she's lucky. I don't know what bracelet she's got. I hope that's not a friendship bracelet. Otherwise, she almost lost it. They look violent, man. Oh, look at it. That looks violent. That looks violent. That doesn't even look like a fun thing to do, to be honest. Either get your hands swollen or they, like, proper snap at you. Wow. That was good. Really good. Wrestle Night, thank you. The Undie Taker. It's so good as well. It's so good. Ah, so good. The text makes me think that this is AI, of course, that's generated this, but it's brilliant. It's brilliant. And look at the logo's a bit botched, but it is brilliant. So, Miss Clown, I don't know where you've got this from, but it's awesome. I love it. It makes me think of other ones that we could make for, like, using AI for figures. I love, like, even on the background, like that. Is that an Undertaker? That looks cool. Right, this just looks cool. That one's in 3K. Amazing. This is great. Sean is everything, said Wrestle Night. Yeah, look, they've got old school Miz recreating his pose with the IC title. There's Kofi recreating it. There's Wade Barrett back in the day is recreating it. Look at Sean. Sean, HBK. We get a glimpse of HBK again. Here he is. He lives. He lives. There is HBK, Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kids. Look at that. Look at that. We thought that that version of him was gone. We thought that he was all mature and everything now, but he can bring it out when needed. He can bring it out when needed. So people love, I've seen this being posted just on its own. People love that. Brilliant. Word of Wrestling, shout out to you, said, I found the Super Bowl advert that you mentioned in the last Unseen. Yeah, let's go. Let's watch it.
Most people have the wrong impression about the World Wrestling Federation. We're a non-violent form of entertainment.
As athletes, we understand the importance of being positive role models. We're good, wholesome family entertainment. We're trying to make the world a better place for mankind.
WWF attitude.
Get it?
There we go. And that was all done at WWF World Headquarters, the Titan Towers, which we know are up for sale at the moment. So that's why we mentioned it. That was played during the Super Bowl. So how cool. And then we've got other. Let's go to other. Yeah, so Dave in real life, shout out to you, buds. Let's see if we can whoosh this in. Is it going to load up well? Oh, yeah, here we go. So over here, we've got, this is an early young Triple H on the indie scene. Look at this. There he is. I don't know what belt he's wearing. He looks like he's come out of like Peter Pan or something. But there he is. He's got some sort of belt on him. I mean, look, there's next to no one there. Next to no one there. Don't know what year this would be. But, yeah, look at him with his long blonde hair. It's crazy, isn't it? Crazy. Just think about what this guy has gone on to achieve. Think about what this guy does now for a job. Isn't it, mate? And look at the amount of... Look at the crowd. They're going wild. Oh, look at that. Look at that. A young Triple H in AEW. And then here, yeah. I'm heartbroken for everyone touched by the tragedy at Appalachia High School. Not just the 4 souls that were taken or the 9 that were injured, but for the entire community that is now irrevocably changed and not for the better. Our children deserve more. They deserve better. That from Adam Pearce. So, Aaron said, what's your thoughts? Honestly, perfectly said, isn't it? Couldn't have said that any better, so there we go. Right, there we go, my friends. That was today's Unseen. A little bit longer than it has been, but there was way more stuff to put into this one, so hope you enjoyed it. Appreciate all the support, and I will see you tomorrow for not only another Unseen, but of course, our SmackDown live watch along. Bye for now.